I'll be honest with you guys, I'm probably not going to tier 4 Ironheart, but I'll show you what she can do at 80 with a proc and with a rage, but you should probably just get her uniform, especially if you skipped the previous one, and then slap on an insight or liberation for her because she is almost guaranteed to be a support only. Now, the proc rotation is pretty straightforward. It's just 3 with a slight delay on 5, and then you go into 4 and you can V-pad around. But as you can see here, even with level 80, we're talking not very much damage. The V-pad is nice. I like the V-pad. I don't like that the V-pad ends. Like, you kind of get stuck at the end of the V-pad. I also don't like that her 5th skill has a longer cooldown, so you end up just waiting for 5 to come off cooldown. But yeah, she's all right. She's all right. This is really not good enough for a level 80 these days. This is triple support with a 160 proc, and she is just crawling. We haven't missed any procs, which is nice. We did miss some procs on stream and stuff, but yeah, 1 minute in, and we're still not. Oh, we accidentally triggered our next proc by accident. That sucks. So the damage is terrible. I believe it was the 6th skill. They made her 6th skill basically too long, man. And it's annoying because the devs just don't fix stuff like this. They could easily fix to make the character usable. And yeah, they could have just shortened her 6th skill, put the damage, like, you know, folded the damage into the skill so it actually has more burst. This is like looking at the speed. This is probably the highest stage she can do at 80. So, kind of like Hood, I want to say that if you are a newer player, this is a pretty good character / uniform to get, just because you're getting a lot of kind of bang for your buck. And I know, not to say that you know, free-to-play Old and Gray likes this character specifically for this reason, but he was in the stream and he was inquiring about her, because when you're a newer player, obviously you're chasing those big DPS characters, right? You want to build up Doctor Strange, you want to build up, you know, if you have money, Luna, whatever, you want to build up all these guys, whatever. But at the same time, you have to make certain characters work for the time being, right? And before you can get to the promised land of using the juicy DPSs and only using, you know, Strange and Thor and, you know, Venom and like all these crazy guys, you have to sort of patchwork, right? And so characters like Shuri end up getting Black Panther end up getting used in the meantime because they provide multiple, you know, things. So initially you buy this uniform, you have a DPS, you have a proc friendly DPS character. DPS is not great, right? But it is what it is. And then once you graduate to better speed types or better females or whatever, then you sunset her as just a lead support. I mean, just a lead support, Shuri is insanely good. She's not just a lead support. But I feel the same way about Ironheart. I just feel like she should be better. I feel like she should just be better. She should just be like 15 to 20% better damage-wise, because then she would be a true hybrid character, and it would just be nicer, especially considering, I know people have already done these tests here. I'm going to do them as well because I'm curious, but people have already tested her with a rage for things like ABX ABL, because she has the ABX ABL artifact. Now, I have literally the worst one. It's a 3-star. But it still gives her 10% increased damage to enemies that have 50% HP or higher. And because the ABX ABL bosses never die, they instantly heal back up. These artifacts are known and have been known for a long time as the ABX ABL artifacts. Look who has the same one. Yeah, Moon Knight, who dominated ABX a few years ago. I mean, he's dead since. But, you know, this is the sort of thing where I don't know what the devs were thinking. Maybe they just forgot. I don't know. But anyways, we're gonna delete over this extreme obelisk, and we're gonna go now to a 180 in rage proc, just so you guys can see what it would look like. So we're gonna go back to that stage 40. I believe it's going to be worse, and this is sort of the confusing part. But once you have enough Pierce for these lower bosses, before you get to World Boss Legend Plus, Rage actually doesn't help you that much. When you don't have Pierce, Rage is amazing. But Pierce and Rage kind of have overlapping values, as you guys know. They kind of do the same thing. And so you end up with a bit of an issue. Now, we don't need to delay. We're definitely going to hit 5 every single time. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Damn, that's kind of a lot of damage. And we don't care that the 6th skill interrupted. Oh, shit. Maybe just because it's a Mighty Rage, it does well. That's kind of cringy, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and prop. Oh shit, she's kind of popping off there. Damn. Now you wouldn't be giving her a mighty rage. Like let's be real here, right? It's as much as I enjoy her third skill as well with the truck. I got hit by that. Are you serious? As much as I enjoy her third skill with the truck coming in, it looks so cool with the truck coming in exploding. It doesn't do that much damage. So that was actually a lot faster. Wow, that was 50 seconds. So maybe rage is the way to go. I don't know. I don't even know if she has guaranteed crit rate. Coulson's giving her guaranteed crit rate, so she has it one way or another. Here is without the enrage proc, so that's more similar to what you would get from a regular rage build, because without the enrage proc, you're not getting that additional crit damage, and you can simulate it by. I'm gonna get hit by this. Yeah, that's kind of a design flaw, man. I gotta say that's kind of a design flaw for me. Her V-pad skill gets stuck at the end, as you can see there, and so you end up just getting hit because you dodge, and then things hit you. She can actually do this stage. She's actually doing this. This is pretty impressive. Okay, maybe impressive wasn't the right word. I apologize. It was manageable. It was usable. I don't want to get too crazy here. Let's see how she does on 30 of Kang with White Fox. We got to remember that she has the White Fox buffs. So I died. Okay, I didn't get out of the way of the lasers fast enough. Remix, bring it back. Okay, Rage proc was a little bit late there. No worries. Got to get it out of the way. Probably got to use the co-op skill as well. Okay. All right. Not bad. Solid, like 4-ish bars. Not bad. Yeah, so basically, if you want to use her V-pad to actually dodge attacks that could kill you, you need to move after, not before. But yeah, she can do this stage. Wow. This is not bad. Am I crazy? Or is this not bad? It's not great, but it's not bad. Is it just me? Have I just forgotten how easy Kang 30 is? But for a level 80 support, I feel like this is pretty good. 1 minute, decent survivability, good movement speed, easy rotation, and doubles as obviously a self-lead and as a support as well. I think it's okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she should be flying through this and she's not. Let me do one more rotation and see. Because the thing with Kang is the first part of the fight can look really, really good and be deceiving. He gets a damage reduction in this next phase right here. So he gets a huge damage reduction, and that can make a lot of characters look kind of pedestrian. Okay, so we get about 4 bars and change. That's not bad. We do not get the enrage proc, so that's more along the lines of the damage you would see. Looks like we're not going to be able to get another rotation off, or we're going to get hit by the sword. Man, they just got to speed that up. The V-pad lasts. The V-pad takes so long to come back. Crazy. But yeah, so with 3 minutes left, she can definitely do this fight. Wow. Wow. Yeah, definitely better than I expected. Definitely better than I expected. And the rage build is actually pretty decent. I wish her 1 and 2 did more damage, but they just kind of suck. That's with the enrage. Yeah, she can do that stage. Wow. I mean, she would obliterate this at tier 4, but you wouldn't tier 4 her to do stage 30. But maybe you would. Maybe you would. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may have just realized why you would tier 4 Ironheart. You know what? To replace Sharon Rogers. That's what I'm going to say. And I'm not saying that Ironheart is as good as Sharon Rogers. That's not what I'm trying to say. But Ironheart has almost the same tags. She doesn't have energy projection, but she has leadership. She has all of the other same tags. And she has... she's a lead support, which Sharon is not. So for stages like, for example, 80 of Gorr, Blast Human Female, I do not want to tier 4 Sharon for this stage. And maybe some people will be like, oh, you don't have to tier 4 Sharon anymore, bro. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. But that being said, okay, you don't really have a lot of good supports here, let's be honest. But now you do have, you know, you do have Ironheart. What if you could just use Ironheart instead of Sharon? Because with Sharon's seasonal uniform, she kind of gets screwed over. So in a small way, let me just see what this damage looks like. Oh, wow. That's not bad. Maybe she could even do this at 80 and not be tier 4. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. Yo. Okay. Okay. True. Isn't he gonna... I was like wondering when he's gonna go to that stupid other face. So she could definitely do this. Holy. This is, to me, this is value. This is more value to me than Ironheart was before. Now, sure, I could probably just use Ironheart. I know what you guys are thinking. Bro, just use Ironheart and then play with Sharon. I get that. I get that. But there are people who want to play with Ironheart specifically, and that's what the video is showcasing, that you can absolutely do this stage with her. And obviously, with her now in the game, just with this uniform, she doesn't even need to be tier 4. I know that for Gorr. But now with her getting this uniform, you can use her with Gorr, or on the stage for Gorr, excuse me, to buff up Sharon, right? Or whoever else you wanted to use. If you want to use Blue Dragon with like a Mighty Judgment or something, it probably clear this as well. But shit, Ironheart can clear this. Damn. This is nuts, dude. This is actually a stage that I would use her to clear because it's fun, and if she's gonna clear it anyways, it doesn't matter if I use Sharon or not, right? Doesn't really matter. She has enough AoE on her skills. I'm saying this and I'm like about to curse her to miss here. Probably should have waited for the rest of the skills to come off cooldown. That's on me. But there you go. Damn. Sick, dude. And I want to climb Gorr actually because I need his artifact. That's crazy. I'm gonna run this one out. We're gonna run out the clock on this one. Gorr, just like Kang, gets a buff in the second phase of the fight. He also gets a buff in terms of his stupid ass rotation. He just gets so dashy and annoying. So that's unfortunately something you have to deal with. However, I do think that... I'm not going to jinx it here before I die. I do think that she has pretty decent AoE to kind of deal with it. And she does enough damage that I don't think it matters. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Eat this. Dodge this. Bro, with time to spare. With time to spare. With so much time to spare. Damn. She obliterated that stage. Last thing we're going to test here is ABX. Now, I know that we don't have any stages that require blast female human heroes. That is not a requirement at all. So this is just no restriction content. But I think it's interesting to see because she has the that artifact to see what she can do. And I don't know, maybe people will be pleasantly surprised. Maybe certain accounts can take a, can use her. Again, a lot of this is like finding value for characters that you didn't necessarily consider if you are a newer account. Now, I do wish I had... Oh, we can still get it up. Oh, we didn't get the Enrage proc up. What? No, dude. What was that? Squeeze in one more rotation. 5 mil is about where I thought I would be. Okay, it doesn't matter if it procs. It's fine. We actually delayed his jump, which is hilarious. That's not usually what happens when you're playing like subpar ABX characters, but let's see here. Again, we didn't get the Enrage proc to activate with the thing. What? Bruh. Bruh hub, dude. Bruh hub. 7 mil so far is not bad. That's pretty bad for an 80 with a Mighty Rage, eh? Yeah, it's pretty bad. We're at 8 million though. She's probably gonna max out like 10 million, let's be real here. I'm way overhyping this. Let's get one more of those in. Okay, we're gonna let him jump. We're not going to get too saucy here. We probably could have squeezed in another rotation, but it's okay. I want to have the Enrage proc up for this one so you get his maximum damage. So yeah, I don't think she is amazing for this game mode, but I think she's all right. I think she's certainly serviceable. And I was actually kind of impressed with what she did against Gorr. I didn't see that coming. At least me, I didn't even consider her when she was announced. I was like, oh yeah, I could use her instead of Sharon. And of course I can do that stage with Sharon, but that's kind of besides the point. You know, the point is more like you can do it with this character. So when you say the characters are useless, you're like, well, hang on. They're actually not useless. It's just you're choosing not to do it with this character because it's easier or whatever. With this other character, you're more comfortable. That's fine. That's like a whole other thing, right? To say that the character can't do anything or they're useless, it's kind of like a beauty is in the eye of the beholder to kind of vibe. But yeah, so we're probably going to top out at maybe like 11 million. I'm not going to do the full run there. But yeah, I think she's overall a decent character. This is definitely not a must-buy uniform, guys. Unless you want a blast female support, then obviously it's a very, very good uniform. Keep in mind her base look is only the leadership, right? It's just the all allies. It's actually kind of better. It's all allies 45%. So it's funny that if you tier forward her, she kind of can be more flexible in some way if you take off the uniform, but you wouldn't want to take off the uniform because of the insane passive support, right? The passive support didn't get a lot better. It went from 35 to 20 to 45, but it is still a decent upgrade. And if you never got this uniform from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, then it's, you know, this is kind of a must buy just because of how insane of a support it is. Even if you just keep her at level 70, right? Even if you just transcend her at 70, she is very, very, very good. But then if you tier 4 her, you can bring her into the World Boss Legend Plus content. However, I'm holding back on the tier 4 because there's actually no World Boss Legend Plus content for me to use her in right now. There may be down the road if I climb higher. For sure here 65 if I can get up there. I haven't gone up there yet, but for sure once I get to 65 I'm tier 4ing her for the buff, and she'll carry me all the way to 75. So that's super duper value. It's just for right now I'm still stuck here, so I kind of have to wait my turn. Anyways, guys, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Ironheart. Did that Gorr clear surprise you or not? Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.